Hello, so as you see here in the title, why your Eastern forehand fails, and not only why it fails and why it will always fail, it's because the Eastern forehand is always super easy to start playing tennis. You have a big advantage in the beginning because no matter what you do, you can always play the ball inside, higher, slow, and if you play with someone that plays slow, it's fine, it's super easy to play. The problem that you might face now is when you start playing with players that play highest level and play more aggressive, and against that players you cannot make a difference with your grip. So you either have two options: or you are too good, you have a really good level and you can block the ball and open angles and actually play more inside of the court or close to the line, as close as possible, and you can block the ball and take advantage with the power that is coming, or you really struggle because your forehand cannot make a difference. For example, if you have an easy ball, you cannot attack that ball, because if you attack, you will open the head of the racket, you will take your eyes out of the ball, you don't have confidence to do this shot, and this is the most or the biggest mistake in tennis, and that's why I'm trying to make this video once again, because as you know, if you subscribe to this channel for a long time, I don't believe in this grip, I don't believe in Eastern grips. Once again, I need to say that my grip size of my racket is smaller. As you see, I don't have fingers here in the racket, it's small because I prefer, it's much easier to control the racket, to brush the ball, to attack. And if you are a beginner, you need to understand that forehand is the most important shot of tennis. It's not the serve, because the serve is the best shot in tennis for professionals. They can make the difference, they can play really aggressive, but in your level, even if you have a really good serve, and if you are beginner or even intermediate or even advanced player, sometimes if you just block the ball, then you need actually to win the point with the forehand, and you need to make the difference with the forehand. That's why, for example, if you just do under serve like Bublik does sometimes, if you do this under serve, you still can win matches, you still can win tournaments, and I know this because I won already tournaments doing underarm serve, so this is possible. And for this I want to help you fix your forehand. I want to help you go from Eastern grip or more continental to semi-Western grip. And again, the semi-Western grip is with the racket facing to the fence and your hand completely relaxed, your hand open here, not so close. You cannot have fingers outside of your hand, always space between the hand and the bottom of the racket. This will help you to accelerate more. This will help you to take advantage of easy balls and be aggressive and powerful at the same time. The biggest challenge here, and it's where I want to focus on this video, is that once you start to change the grip, you're going to miss more. You're going to miss more balls to the net, you're going to miss more balls higher and completely out of the court. You're going to lose confidence, and this is because you are using the same power as you use in Eastern grip. And Eastern grip, even without power, the ball is there, because basically sometimes you play with the head of the racket open, but as soon as you start to accelerate, as you have the head of the racket open, the ball starts to go completely out of the court. And when you play with the semi-Western grip, with this grip you start to play with more topspin. So once you do this, if you just add topspin and you keep the same speed, the ball is shorter, and more often than you expect, you have balls at the net. So the easiest thing you need to do is to play higher balls, to play 2-3 meters over the net, high margin over the net, because as I always say, the net is your second opponent that you have. The first is yourself. You need to believe that you need to play the ball in. So for that, you really need to play higher balls, and you have that problem solved. And then you realize that, okay, sometimes not only that, if you just play high, it's good, but you also need to play a little bit faster and you need to accelerate. And I see many videos, people saying, or another coaches or any other player saying to accelerate in these moments, but basically if you try yourself and you go slow, all the way slow, and in these moments when you break your wrist, in this moment if you accelerate more, you will feel that it's really difficult to miss the shot. That's why I always say, if you just keep your racket here on your side with a chair or without a chair, but if you keep the racket on this side with the semi-Western grip, if you do this, it's really difficult to miss this shot, because you're already there and you accelerate from here. What you need to do when you play tennis is actually you need to do it slow, and once you have this moment, you cannot stop and you need to accelerate more in this moment. If you just do this, you will see that you're gonna play much more aggressive, you're gonna play more safe, and you're gonna enjoy more tennis, because you can actually make the difference in tennis. And what you need to do to work on this is to believe that it's possible first, and to don't go to the practice thinking, okay, I'm gonna try to do this today and see if it works, because it won't work. You need to go 2, 3 times, 10 times, 20 times, as many times as you need to go to the court, do this grip, and you either do it or you don't. But you cannot just test it for 1 or 2 times. You need to keep doing until you actually fix your forehand. You're gonna miss a lot in the beginning, can take 1 lesson, can take 100 lessons, but you're gonna solve the problem. You have many videos here that can help you, and actually you can also comment, and any question you have, I can help you. But what I can say is you really need to use your legs. You need to open slow, 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 and then when the racket is here, you need to go up and forward, because one of the most mistakes you do is you go just up when you play and you go up, and you need to play up and forward. You need to always stay with this angle, like the plane taking off here, and you need always to be low, always to be here, trying to keep your eyes always at the same level instead of playing and going up and then down again and then playing and going up. Now you need to try to keep the balance and try to keep your eyes always at the same level, okay? This is gonna help you a lot. And another thing is to accelerate when you have the racket here without never stop. Imagine your hand is dead, okay? And imagine your hand is dead, and in this moment, without stopping, you accelerate more. Another thing is to keep your head balanced and stable, so when you hit the ball, you cannot move your face or your head, because if you move your head, you're gonna completely lose the control of the shot. So you need to accelerate and keep your eyes here at least until you finish the shot. And then, as a beginner, you need to control, of course, the grip. You always need to stop in the first position, either here or here if you are a little bit more advanced, and if you like, because some players more advanced also keep the elbow low. And you need always to keep the racket here if you are a beginner. You always need to finish, but this is the beginning. Once you get better, you cannot control all the details. The most important thing is to have the contact point in front of your body on your side, with distance between the body, the racket and the ball. And here you can just focus on the contact point, and then once you hit the ball, just slightly close the head of the racket until the end, and then doesn't matter, you can finish here, you can finish here, okay? The most important is to actually close the head of the racket after the contact point to generate more topspin, to be more aggressive. And also, if the ball is higher, of course we should not hit many balls over the shoulder, but as I told you, if instead of this movement here, if you do this here, it's also completely relaxed, it's comfortable, so you can hit this ball. I'm gonna show you when the ball is here with this angle. Is completely natural, and you will feel safe doing this. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this video helps. I hope I can help you and motivate you to actually change your grip. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you.